Well, you have to understand what people's motives are. We've found lots of when we speak to local marketeers, there's a kind of nostalgia for when you could do everything yourself, and everyone agrees that was fun, but it may not be the best use of shareholders' money. And even Patrick Sesko, the former CEO of Unilever, he says his best job was when he was chairman of Indonesia. He was kind of king of his own castle. It's extremely demanding working in a kind of matrix organisation of global and local. And it was, we all have kind of nostalgia for a simpler world when you could do your own thing unencumbered by other constraints. But the reality is, it's just not a good use of the company's assets for every market to invent their own thing. And so there's always going to be a kind of happy medium between what I call mindless globalism and hopeless localism. And of course you want to be close to consumers, but that's not to say, and you want to be as close as possible to not just French consumers, but tribes of French consumers, French 17-year-olds who are interested in getting laid. You want to be as close to consumers as possible. That doesn't mean to say you need to treat that 17-year-old differently from the Italian 17-year-old who has the same motives. So I think organising by country is not normally the best way to kind of aggregate tribes.
The dynamic you described of local global, I think basically there's an underlying distrust that the global marketers that run a big global brand towards one global purposeful positioning, that when a country pushes back and says, well, that strategy or that tactic won't work here, because of course if you can replicate the tactic everywhere, you drive enormous efficiencies of productions and so forth, that there's actually a slight worry that actually the pushback is more about, I would like to take the brand somewhere else, rather than that tactic is not the right tactic to take the brand to the place we agreed. And that's what you always need to try and pull together.